I feel young.
Yeah.
And in regards to the Clinton thing, I agree with a couple callers ago, that it would distract and all that, take away. But I think in America, anybody should be able to have his day in court within 6 years. I think it's ridiculous that they push this lady off another 4 years.
Yeah.
Because he needs the money.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with money.
You shouldn't have to wait 6 years.
No,
if you're charging somebody, you shouldn't have to wait 6 years, no matter who it is.
Thank you for calling, Scott. We appreciate you listening to Talk Radio 1210.
He's busy listening to Stony End now.
Stony End. That's a Barbra Streisand song.
Yes, it is.
Some people
Very good,
no,
Jay.
See, if you said The Way We Were...
Well, that's the last movie you saw.
Or the Star is Born song, or...
What is the Star is Born song?
I don't remember. It was Evergreen, wasn't it?
Yes.
I don't know. See, but if you said that, Stony End, only like a couple of rock and roll freaks would know that. That's it, really. It was a song in 1971 or something.
Do I have to explain myself all the time?
Well, because there are some people that don't know what we're talking about.
Our phone number's in Philadelphia in the suburbs. Would you take Barbra Streisand out? Have
No.
a Paula Jones.
No way.
215-839-1210. And South Jersey, 541-1210. And it's a free call on the Bell Atlantic 9X mobile system. It's a free call courtesy of Quintex Cellular. You just dial pound 1210.
While we're on the discussion of men and women and relationships, there's a story which I'd like to pass along. This has to do with a Home Depot store in California.
It's where Jay spends most of his time.
In Home Depot?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool place, actually.
You go there every day.
No, I don't go every day.
Yes, you do.
No, you can get hooked on that, though. You really can.
But do you think they have such terrific buys there?
It's just the fact that everything is there.
Yes,
you
so?
asked me. You said to me before in the office. You said
I need a mop.
You need a mop, and she's wanting me to go to Home Depot to bring a mop into her to work, so she can bring it home.
You're always there.
I'm thinking, why can't you go?
Because I guess there's one close to where I live.
There's probably one. Yes, exactly.
Because they're building them all over the place.
There's a big boom in these big stores, these category killers, they call them. Anyhow, out in California, there was a woman who was, she worked at Home Depot. And she started out on the sales floor, and they wanted her to be behind the cash register. She refused. But even when she won the sales position, she said she was asked to be a backup cashier more often than her male colleagues.
Because?
Because she's claiming because she was a woman. She said 2 years later, after a younger man with less experience and with no degree was promoted ahead of her, and she had a degree, she joined other women who had brought complaints to the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and the courts. She was soon dismissed. In retaliation, she says, though her supervisor cited lax attendance. In retaliation, you see, they messed with her mind. This is what she's saying. They made her become a cashier.
And she was never on the floor.
Well, no. She wanted to be a sales assistant. In other words, she wanted to be on the floor. You know, in Home Depot, they wear the aprons, and they walk around, and you ask them a lot of questions like, so where do you find the mops? I need the mops. Oh, well, the mops are over here, and there are several different kinds of mops.
Now, you go there on a daily basis.
Well, I don't go there every day.
Have you detected that there's more babes on the floor than there are behind the cash register?
I've noticed there are some women on the floor, but you know what?
There's more guys.
I want to be honest with you. Now,
be honest.
You can cut my off if you want.
No, I'd rather not.
Listen to me. If I were at the Home Depot and I had a question about lumber, and there was a choice between going to the guy and the girl, I'd have to go with the guy.
But you're being sexist by saying that.
I'm sorry. I'd have to go to the guy.
Why? Because I might know more about wood
I'm not saying you don't.
somebody else.
You might be the woman on what's the show?
Home Improvement.
No, not Home Improvement. There's the other one.
I never watch that show.
No, it's on Channel 12.
I know what you're talking about.
The one that WHYY does, the Channel 12 people.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
They put a show together.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like Home Improvement. It's the Dean Johnson and the girl. The girl.
Pamela Anderson.
No,
I don't know.
Hartle is her name.
I don't know.
Anyhow, it's on every weekend on Channel 12.
So you would think the guy would know more about wood than the woman.
Yeah, yeah. I think absolutely.
But that may not be true. I could know more about wood than the next guy.
But but I would think
because I'm a woman.
Right.
But that's a sexist attitude.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry if I feel that way. But that's how I would feel. If I were in a Home Depot.
Yeah.
And there were two people standing there. One was a guy, one was a woman in the lumber department. I would go to the guy.
To learn about wood.
That's correct. I would go to Woody first before I'd go to the other one.
Now, but maybe wouldn't you figure that if she's on the floor, she would have to be somewhat knowledgeable about wood?
You would think that. But, this is the problem. This is what they're saying. The woman is saying that she was denied being on the sales floor. They wanted to make her the cashier, which is what a traditional female job would be.
So they're being discriminating against this woman.
So
Home Depot allegedly is being discriminating against, having the woman be on the floor as opposed to be behind the cash register.
All right. How do you feel about this, folks? Now, look, I exposed myself If you're saying I'm a sexist,
He is a sexist.
I think I'm pretty cool with most scenes like that. But if I had a question about lumber, I'd go to the guy.
But you know what? Let's ask men and women. Because women sometimes discriminate against women.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They won't go to certain women, doctors or whatever, because they feel that they're not as knowledgeable about the body, if you will, than men. If you're at a Home Depot, and they got a lot of them in the Delaware Valley, if you see a man on the floor, you see a woman on the floor, and you want to know about wood, who do you go to?
The guy.
I'm not asking you.
Well, I'm telling you.
Our phone numbers in Philadelphia and the suburbs, 215-839-1210. In South Jersey, 541-1210. And it's a free call on the Bell Atlantic 9X mobile system. Free call courtesy of Quintex Cellular. You just dial pound 1210.
These women want to know, and there's a class action suit now.
Of course there is.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's a lot of thousands and thousands of women, both past and present employees, say they tend to be assigned jobs behind cash registers while men work the sales floors, often at higher pay. So tell us how you feel.
Barry, you're on Talk Radio 1210 with Jay and Hillary.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Here it comes. Everybody's laughing today. Why is everybody
I
laughing?
promise I won't sink you too deep. If there was a woman on the floor and she wanted to know about lumber, and there was a woman in the lumber department and a man in a woman department in the lumber department,
Right.
Who do you think she'll go to?
Probably the guy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think, Hillary?
No, I agree with Jay.
Really?
I think a lot of women are discriminating against, that's what I just said, against other women.
Yeah, against their own, their own sex.
So in other words, it's sort of like it's a stereotype.
I think many women are their own worst enemy.
You know, I would think that a woman would be more comfortable going to another woman about something technical so she doesn't feel like she doesn't look stupid, quote
Now,
unquote.
if she looks like Marge Schott, maybe she'll go to her. But if she looks like...
I actually, if she looked like Mark Schott, I'd probably run the other way, but...
Yeah, really.
Just out of fear. The other thing is that, you know, I've encountered a lot in the Home Depot that I shop in, I've encountered a lot of women in a lot of different departments, not necessarily the lumber department, but in the electrical department, in the fasteners department.
I got to tell you something.
Things like that, yeah.
They
don't sell bras in the Home Depot, do they? In the fastener department? I don't think they do.
Well, Jay, what does Hillary want to ask me? Go ahead.
I would like to know, what is this fascination? Both you, Jay, my father, you love these Home Depots.
Oh, it's a testosterone thing. I can't explain it.
But see, these stores have decimated smaller stores like them all over the place. Yeah.
Well, they've done the same thing that other superstores have done. They've done the same thing that Office Max has done, that Staples has done.
They're called category killers.
Yeah, and they are. And they've wiped out the little lumber company, absolutely.
All right, who's more hideous, Paula Jones or Barbara Streisand?
I knew you were going to ask me that question. I don't know, because my wife is really
into Barbara.
On Barbara.
Barbara, she loves Barbara.
And if she's listening, I'm in big trouble.
Please,
so,
tell her.
So I'm going to whip out and say, Paula.
All right. Hey, Barry, thank you for calling Talk Radio 1210.
And that's a caller we like, a perky, upbeat guy.
There you go.
You probably just bought wood. Jim, you're on Talk Radio 1210.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Hillary.
Hey there.
Hello, Jim.
I have a question to ask you guys.
Yeah.
If you walked into a maternity clothing store and there was a man and a woman working there, who would you ask for help?
The man.
You'd ask the man for help?
No, I would ask a woman.
All right, so
Of course, there are
that's a
basic
stereotype, too.
differences between men and women. Nobody wants to admit this anymore in this country. I'm about to file a class action suit because I can't get pregnant. I don't think that's fair.
You can't.
I don't think that's fair. That I
Hey,
can't
Arnold
get
Schwarzenegger
pregnant, but
did
women
once.
can.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant in a movie.
It was a movie,
It
Jay.
was a bad movie called Junior. It was horrible.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
You
that
would really
I-
want to be
I
pregnant,
can't get
Jim.
pregnant. It's ridiculous.
would you-
Of course,
Jim.
men know more about fixing things and cars and fixing houses than
Yeah,
women
but you know,
do.
but you see, because we have to be so politically correct now, and we have to give everybody the same opportunity. People don't have the same opportunity because they don't have the same stuff going on.
But, Jim, more importantly, would you like to carry a child?
No, I wouldn't. That's one of the
But
great
you said
things
you wanted to
about
become
being a man.
pregnant.
I know ahead of time that I don't have to carry around 20 pounds in my stomach
You're supposed to gain
for 9
30.
months.
You're supposed to
I think
gain
that's
30.
Great.
30 pounds is what you're supposed to have, not 20.
30 pounds.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. Why is this country catering to the minority so
I don't know.
much?
I don't know.
The minority of women that maybe know a lot about fixing things, when most of the time men do. Who cares?
All right.
These laws.
Jim, you're whining. You're really starting
really
to
wants to have a
You
kid.
really are.
I'm sorry.
Most
I
importantly,
apologize,
which was a better dick, the first or the second one on Bewitched? Dick Sargent or Dick York?
First one.
First one's Dick York.
First one,
All
yeah.
right, I agree with you.
He was definitely better.
That's a better dick.
And I'd like, about the Paula Jones and Barbara Streisand thing,
Sure.
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand is an oinker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And how about Paula Jones?
No, but Streisand, forget about it. You could
Streisand
deal
is-
with Paula
she's hard
Jones.
to look
No, I totally disagree.
All right, fine.
And that might be from a female perspective. I just think Paula Jones is an oinker.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate you talking to us today on Talk Radio 1210.
Our phone number's in Philadelphia and the suburbs, 215-839-1210. And hey, if you're walking down an aisle of a Home Depot, give us a call. In South Jersey, 541-1210. And it's
They sell phones there. They
Do
really
they
do.
really?
Sure they do. They sell everything there, I'm telling you.
and it's a free call in the Bell Atlantic 9X mobile system. Do you know that I've never been in a Home Depot?
I don't think you ever will either.
Yes, I would.
No, you never will.
There was not
You're-
one conveniently
no,
located
you're
to Center
too-
City.
You're too snooty.
No, I'm not.
You are way too snooty.
I've been in a Kmart. I've been in a Walmart.
Wow, when you were fat?
I was never fat.
Well,
that was in high school.
They won't let you in now because you're too skinny.
It's a free call courtesy of Quintex Cellular. Just dial pound 1210. Jack in Northeast Philadelphia, you're on Talk Radio 1210.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
We're fine.
Oh, great. First of all, Clinton, go for the jugular. Let's get it done and over with.
Thank you.
There is absolutely nothing in the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, or the Bill of Rights that says you cannot prosecute a sitting president. Go for it.
So then why do we need to have the Supreme Court waiting until July to tell us whether she can do this or not?
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't even be looking at that question.
I agree.
Absolutely not. Home Depot.
Yes, let's talk about Home Depot.
Okay.
And the male fascination with Home Depot.
Well, I love the place. I live there.
I know. You do.
I live there.
All right, when's the last time you were there?
Last Saturday.
And what'd you buy?
I bought some tools,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought some wood, and I went to a female to ask about wood.
You did.
Yes, I
you
did.
thought the female knew more about wood than the guy.
No, I went to a person who was equally as qualified
But you didn't know
to
that,
sell
though.
that wood. She wouldn't be there if she wasn't, or he.
That is true.
How do you
Okay.
know that? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. You mean to tell me that on that, what's the show on Channel 12 on the
Home
weekend?
Time.
Home Time.
Home Time.
With annoying music on that show.
Yeah.
God, I hate that. You mean to tell me that if the guy and the girl were standing in the lumber department, you would think of maybe going to the girl? She does know what she's talking about. But
just answered your
but I
question.
would go to the guy first.
Well, because you're sexist.
no,
You are sexist.
So
You
what?
are.
So what?
I'm not saying that, but that's what we're labeling you.
Are you
So-
going to call Bob Vila to ask him how to change a light bulb? Come on.
Except, Jay, that you are indeed a sexist person.
Well,
you
okay,
are.
so I said fine. So
Okay.
so what's the problem here?
Okay, one more thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we have Paula Jones, we have Barbara Streisand.
Here we go.
They're going to make a new movie. You ready?
You're
Yeah.
ready.
War of the Noses.
No.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
you.
thank you very much for calling Talk Radio 1210.
Everybody's a comedian.
That's right. Everybody wants to get in on the act, and that's okay. You know what? We
love you.
Absolutely. In Philly and the suburbs, here are the numbers. You ready? 215-839-1210. Am I a pig for feeling this way? I'm not alone. I know I'm not.
There's a lot of pigs out there.
In South Jersey, a lot of pig farms there.
Did you know?
541-1210. And if you're on
Why
the...
are you belching so much on the air today?
I'm not belching.
You're
I'm
you're-
pausing.
No, you're not.
I am pausing. I am pausing.
It's the seltzer.
If you're on the Bell Atlantic 9X mobile system. So, folks, right away, as soon as I pause, she's thinking I'm belching. I'm not belching. Stop that.
My friend is overcarbonated.
On the Bell Atlantic 9X mobile system, it's a free call courtesy of Quintex Cellular. Just dial pound 1210.
By the way,
What?
we are Jay and Hillary.
We are?
Yes, we are.
This is Talk Radio 1210. We're Philadelphia's talk station.
Bob, you're on Talk Radio 1210.
Robert,
Bob.
Yeah.
you're on, babe.
On this thing with the Paula Jones case at the Supreme Court,
Certainly.
I think what's really important is to take away the idea of Clinton in this particular suit. I mean, I suspect that he probably did it, but I think that's unimportant. The fact remains that if someone can sue a sitting president, it puts that president at the mercy of a civil court judge. He can demand that he appear in court at a certain time. If he doesn't, he's in contempt.
So, and the problem? Why should he be held above everybody else? He's a regular human being. He puts on his shoes in the morning, doesn't he? Yeah, he wears underwear, right?
He gets a woman to put them on for him.
Oh, gee.
You know, if you're in the military in time of national emergency and you're overseas,
Oh, well, that would be a different scenario.
Same
Come
thing,
on.
no, the president's in the same thing. He is on call 24 hours a day,
They
isn't
would,
he?
There's a beeper.
they would put it off until he was available. Come on, be real, Bob.
I am being real. I mean, a civil court judge does have rights, and if you put the president into that position,
Can you imagine being the judge that in a time of Holocaust or some kind of war going on, can you imagine being a judge, being forever known in history as the guy who made him go to court instead of being on the red phone with the Kremlin?
the bottom line remains that we're setting judicial precedent in the Supreme Court now, and that's what the court's going to be
Yeah,
ruling
but we
on.
both believe that the president shouldn't be immune to something like that.
He isn't immune. It's just deferred.
Ah.
Well,
And
it's deferred too long.
All right, that's your opinion.
The conservative position is that they maintain the integrity of the president.
All right, Bob, that's your opinion. Thank you for listening. Well, listen, we have a very quick question for you. Who's more hideous, Paula Jones or Barbara Streisand?
I like women with sharp features. I don't think Paula Jones is that bad looking.
No, I don't
Barbara
think so.
Streisand doesn't seem like that pleasant a person.
There you go. Thank you very much for calling Talk Radio 1210. See, we get down to how people really feel.